I am the governor of college football. Yes, sir. The mayor of college football, a.k.a. Downtown Nino Brown. Yes, sir. Welcome to another marvelous episode of Overreaction Monday. I am the governor of college football, and with me is a guy that needs no introduction, the mayor of college football, Downtown Nino Brown. Also with us tonight is the guy that pulls a lot of strings behind the scenes, the center of college football, Mr. Dennis Noel. Gentlemen, college football is officially back. I know a lot of people don't count week 0 because majority of the teams don't play. It matters to us. We were locked in. We were chatting in our group chat. Let's recap this weekend, rapid fire reaction style. We're going to get right into it. Just give me a one-liner based on what you think about the game that I mentioned. Iowa State wins Farmageddon 24-21 in Dublin. Nino, go.
Iowa State and Rocco Beck are definitely underrated.
It's good to be on the right side of things. We all picked Iowa State to win that game.
Yeah, so
Go ahead.
Yeah. We were talking in our chat, 0 progression as a quarterback from Avery Johnson.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I agree with you. You guys handled that one best. All right, UNLV hang on to beat Idaho State 38-31 in Vegas. Let's start with you, D now.
I'm going to say Dan Mullen's going to have to be creative to win games.
Nino?
The only consistency on UNLV out the whole year will be Jaden Jet Thomas, and you can lock that in.
Yep.
Real quick, bonus question. Do you guys think Anthony Kalanja did enough to be the starting quarterback?
Should have.
Yeah.
I think his legs are better than Orgy's, right?
Right. Right. And then, completed a portion of his passes as well. So I think he should be named the starter. Musical chairs. We saw it on the 4th and 2. I said this on Twitter. You change the quarterbacks, the cadence change, then you get a false start. Like, this is stupid.
The line needs to know who's the guy.
Right. Mm-hmm. Because the cadences are different, whether you like it or not.
So I agree with Kalanja, he's a better thrower, arguably even a better runner, 100%. So he needs to be the guy.
That part I did not know. That one really shocked me.
No, I think he surprised a lot of people there.
They didn't. Well, he flashed a little bit in Virginia, but
in Charlottesville they did.
They had trouble running the ball with running backs, never mind quarterbacks.
Right. So they got a chance to do something special, but not saying nothing against Cody Hawkins and Iowa State. We all figured they weren't covering the spread, but a 7-point game, you were down 10. That's embarrassing.
Their quarterback looks pretty good though.
What happened to Abu Sama?
Say that again.
I said, what happened to Abu Sama, bro? Like his first year, he was a dude. And then,
Hansen,
GQ Hansen comes in, and he's consistently been better, whether it's by a little bit or a lot, every single game. It's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Kansas defeats Fresno State 31-7 in Lawrence. This one surprised me a bit. Let's start with you, Nino.
Okay. Finally, if you want to say he's healthy, he had less than 200 yards. He did have 3 touchdowns, but you're a quarterback with back injuries. Get down, bro. There's none of this throwing shoulder blocks into people, none of that. But, they found a dude. Well, I talked about who was going to be the guy in this wide receiver room with Luke Grimm gone and the guys they've lost over the past couple seasons. Cammy Pickett looks like he's going to be like a Curtis Samuel. They're going to line him up in all these formations, put him in motion, 2 touchdowns. Already ties what he had at Ball State. He has 700 yards at Ball State. I think this kid has the opportunity to be 800-plus in Kansas and be that dude. So, I don't know if Kansas is back, but it's a step in the right direction.
It certainly is. It was good to see the fans show up, too, at David Booth Memorial Stadium for the reopening of that.
That's nice.
It did.
Yeah. So I'm going to echo Nino. It was good to see the old man out there running, able to throw it. They got 2 pretty decent running backs. I think Highshaw did pretty well. Williams, as the 2-back, looked pretty well. I think they both had 55+. Highshaw may have even almost had 70. So I think it's going to be definitely a run-based offense more this year.
We had spoke real quick before you take over, Kitty. We had spoke about the explosiveness during the game, about how I didn't see a Highshaw have it. Williams got it. You saw it on the touchdown.
Oh, yeah. No, Williams has got it.
There's a chance I think he eats into some of these opportunities that Highshaw has as we go forward.
Great catch. I love working with the people that I work with because I did have the wrong mic in. I certainly appreciate whoever put the message in. I certainly appreciate that. Yeah, my audio was definitely not right. Thank you. So Western Kentucky, this one surprised me a little bit. Defeat Sam Houston 41-24 in Bowling Green. D, now let's start with you.
Maverick McIver. I mean, he came out slinging it. He looked good too. Me and Nino were talking. He was putting it all over for the receivers to catch it. Every point, high point, over the shoulder, wherever he wanted, it was going there.
Yeah, I said to Dino as well. I mean, they look like 51 pass attempts compared to 35 on the ground. They want to chuck the rock, and I put that on Twitter. And Maverick can chuck the rock. You're looking at Alberdine Christian to Western Illinois' connection with him and Henry, and the kid had that first touchdown. I don't even know how he scooped it, but they look like they're going to be a different style offense. I mean, I know they kind of wanted to throw the ball last year as well in Cade Velkamp, but I think they're going to. You may see them more on that 60-40 side in the passing game. But I also said I was shocked at what happened. It was only like a three-headed monster for Sam Houston. They might hit 400-plus attempts on the ground this year. Phil Longo isn't known for that, but
no, he isn't.
Holy cow. I mean, it literally was Watson and McCaskill on the ground. They tried Green in the first drive, but then they just kept peppering him with targets out of the backfield. That first drive, he had 3 attempts and 3 targets. It was just those 2 guys on offense. There really wasn't much of anybody else. They're going to have to figure something out here in Sam Houston, or this is going to be a very ugly year one in the second turnaround of Phil Longo with Sam Houston.
And it's heartbreaking to hear that. But before we exit week 0 and get into this crazy week 1 slate, one of the biggest storylines out of the weekend was Hawaii's gutty performance versus Stanford and Honolulu in walk-off fashion, defeating them 23-20. What were some of the biggest takeaways from the game? And the storylines here are plentiful. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first. Our guy, and we talked about it a little bit, and when last week, and me and Dean, I kind of marinated the guy for Dean out here. Micah Alejado, he's a dude. I said he kind of reminds me of a Oklahoma early Dylan Gabriel mixed with like a Noah Fafita, right? I mean, and everybody's gonna say, and I saw him ripping him apart. Well, his deep balls weren't that great. Yes, they weren't that great in the first half. The second half, the kid was on one leg, one leg.
The entire time.
And he still managed to, displace the ball well. Timmy Chang got his quarterback. I think he's had 1 turnover-worthy play in 3 games, and he's got, 7 touchdowns? He was off 5 touchdown performance in the bowl game for them. So, these guys got a dude right here in Hawaii, and the kid kicking the field goal from out of Tokyo, taught himself, came over here, watched the game, taught himself how to be, a kicker, and look, takes it home and knocks it through for them to win in fashion. But I called this. I put it up on the picks of the day. Hawaii -2.5. They were my only favorite that I liked, and I just had a feeling at home. They started the game out with the sun, and then as it gets a little later, they started to get that aura, and they give that big haiku coming out of that, whatever that's called. I may have messed it up there, but whatever they call it coming out of the locker room, chanting in Hawaii, brotherhood and all that's an underrated college football entrance.
Yeah, that atmosphere is crazy with the drums pounding, the tea leaves in the background. That's an amazing scene. Now talk to me.
Yeah, pretty much like our guy Brian says, doesn't matter who's there. You go to Hawaii, it's almost a trap game. And I'm not gonna echo too much with what Nino said. But seeing Alhado limp around after every play, it kind of brought back the Byron Leftwich memories of when I was a kid with the lineman carrying him down the field. I was like, he was 1 hit away from that potentially being the scenario. So I just love stuff like that in college football.
Can we put a little respect on Hopefully Ashlock's name? I mean, he's been a Debbie Darling.
Yes.
Back-to-back years now, he comes out and does it. Dude, he torched every single defender on that secondary at Stanford. Every single defender. The safeties, the cornerbacks, the linebackers. It didn't matter. He torched them on 10 targets, 9 catches, 69 yards, and a touchdown. The kid consistently shows up and plays. And on the flip side of things, that was ugly for Frank Wright, E.J. Warner, and Andrew Luck in that first game. That interim tag might be there for a reason. As much as we're talking about if they won 8 to 10, wow, they're going to be lucky to put up 8 to 10 a week.
I
That was bad.
I saw the Frank Wright imprint in this Stanford team.
Mhm.
It was ugly offensively. Defensively, they were able to make some plays. It'll be interesting to see what this thing looked like. But from what I saw and what I heard and what I read, this is a marriage. Like this Frank Wright and like they said Andrew Luck like handpicked Frank Wright. Like he's somebody that he's a huge believer in. So I thought what Nino was saying, like this was just an interim thing and they'll find their guy at the end of the season. Everything that I've read and I've heard is that this is a marriage and he plans on being the Stanford Cardinal coach for a while. What I will say is, don't be surprised if Stanford upset a team or two this year. It was ugly offensively. Gall Branson looked like the Bengal Branson we remember from Corvallis.
Yeah,
it was ugly.
But he beat Stanford when he was in Corvallis. That little pass at the end of the game, right? Flipped it over the guy, said with no time left. I will say this: they do look like that Indy kind of right when they first got Andrew Luck gonna run the ball, right? Like we thought Cedric Irvin was gonna be a dude and kind of fell off through injury and stuff. He had 10 for 46. Micah Ford is here. Hi, how we doing? Right,
sure.
Like,
I like
almost
that.
4.5 on the ground, and he had the touchdown, 113. So 26 attempts. Was it 26? Yeah, 26 attempts. So
there will be a team or two with high aspirations in the ACC, and they're gonna give them a run for their money, just like they did with Syracuse last year. No, it was a different ball coach, but they will be competitive. Do I think they'll go bowl eligible? Absolutely not.
I hope Stanford isn't the team that ruins Boston College's like 6th win. Like because it's late in the year.
They're gonna be a team that just you can like, yo, what are you doing losing to Stanford? It's gonna frustrate the fan base. I don't know who it is, but just one of those really gritty teams. So that's week 0. We was able to capture that. Great job, fellas. I love the one-liners you guys had for rapid fire reactions. You guys nailed those. The Hawaii performance, and I love the fact that now it's kind of like, yo, which I want to talk about, and this is beautiful. I love what we're doing here. So let's talk about week 1 is jam-packed. I mean, it is really jam-packed. We have a showdown Sunday night in Coral Gables. Number 6 Fighting Irish of Notre Dame facing number 10 Miami Hurricanes. The Catholics versus Convicts game, as it is affectionately known. I know some people have an issue with that name. I will forever call it that. One of my favorite 30-30s, believe it or not, is the Catholics versus Convicts. Notre Dame is currently a 2.5 favorites. Nino has a rule with this. I love his rule with this. On the road. Actually, the rule is for the other side, though, when the home team is only favored by 2.5 for 3 points. How do we like this offense versus offense? We actually got a chart we're going to pull up, and let's measure this. Let's talk about it. D-Now, you get to go first with this one.
Yeah, so I'll wait for that.
Yeah, there we go. We're good.
There we go. All right, so we'll start with quarterbacks, kind of go that way. I'm going to give the edge to Carson Beck on this solely off of experience. I do expect CJ Carr to be able to make some big plays, but I mean, SEC football, Carson Beck, even if he does look like Timmy from South Park, I still got to go there.
Hey, yo, every week, y'all.
I promise you. He got something.
Yeah, he got something. That one is hilarious. So, D-Now, this is your chance, bro. If you want to go completely down the list, or you want D.
I don't know if Nino wanted to go back and forth.
Yeah, if y'all want to go bar for bar, I'm cool with that too. However you guys want to do it.
Let's just go back and forth.
Okay,
all right, I'll take the running backs then. Jeremiah Love against Mark Fletcher. I mean, come on. I like Mark Fletcher, and he's going to be, a dude. But Jeremiah Love is possibly the best running back in college football. We can argue that between either him and Nicholas Singleton, however you want to go. But I think he kind of takes that step. We saw him take that step midway through the season last year, where he was like, all right, put the team on my back. I got it, boys. Let's rock. And he was the catalyst for that offense. I think he's going to be, once again, the focal point for this offense. CJ Carr, first-year starter. I know Mike Denbrock, is a good OC, and he'll put the kid early on in positions to succeed here. And I think when we get to the end of this conversation, I think some experience things will be the reason we have, for the outcome at the end. But I'm going to go running backs Notre Dame.
Can we address the elephant in the room before we move on? So from everything a lot of us was hearing, and D now just being the insider he is, he projected that CJ Carr would win this spot. But from everything I heard and everything I read, they said Carr was initially had the lead, and then Kenny Minchie like just flew past him. So a lot of people were thoroughly surprised that CJ Carr won this. Can we address this really quickly? What do you guys think happened?
I never heard he flew past. I just heard Minchie got a little bit ahead.
49-51.
Yeah, it was more of him taking the bull by the horns in the leadership department and kind of like if there was a mistake, owning it in practice and kind of being that guy, like, you know, to rally the troops. Accountability. I don't know the more so that he like ran away with it. I think Dino and I were on the same page. It was like 51-49 for like a week, and then they didn't stop.
Yeah. I think it came down to they got more time with CJ Carr than they do Minchie. They can mold him better to fit that offense, and I think that's why they went that way.
I was watching Bud Elliott. He was on CBS Sports. He's also on Cover 3. Him and what are the name of the two guys that are on this show?
Chris and right, isn't the skinny guy Chris?
Yeah.
The guy with the glasses and the long pepper beard.
Yeah. So the one with the glasses and the long pepper beard, they were like in complete shock. They said everything they had heard. They said they thought that Kenny Minchie was going to win the job, so they were thoroughly surprised that CJ Carr won the job. So right now we got quarterback. We're going with Miami. Running back, we're going with Notre Dame. Wide receiver room, how we feel about these three wide receivers, and I feel like you both should talk about the wide receiver rooms on both sides.
I will say, I think Price and Fletcher would have been a closer argument than Love and Fletcher, and I may have still even gone Notre Dame with Price over Fletcher, which is crazy. I'll take this first wide receiver. I'm actually going to go with Trader over Fields. Sure, he was raw last year, but he's a freak athlete. He can run every single route that you need him to run, high point, jump over whoever. So I think that one's pretty easy. So I'm going Trader.
Malachi Fields is the tight end playing wide receiver.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I watched him up close and personal beat BC with no time left at halftime, went up and just mossed three guys for a touchdown. And I went, how does this guy have 6 inches over the three guys in the secondary? I don't even understand it, but he did it with ease. I think this is the best fit for him. I think he's going to have a good season at Notre Dame. But when Josiah Trader first got to school, Cam Ward said that kid is going to be a problem. And Cam Ward is usually not wrong when it comes to his wide receivers. So I'm going to go with Josiah Trader here as well. When we go to the second one.
And feel free to mix up the matchups. I just did it based
on...
I'm
running it straight down. Okay. When it comes to CJ Daniels versus Jordan Faison, we saw Jordan Faison come on strong down the stretch. And even in the championship game. Well, which CJ Daniels are we going to get? Right. Are we going to get the CJ Daniels? I'm pretty sure he was from Liberty, correct? And then he went to LSU.
That's accurate.
The Liberty CJ Daniels was something.
He helped Salter.
They were a good match for each other. He fit Salter's game, but when he went to LSU with a prototypical NFL type quarterback, he kind of, I know there was some health concerns early on, but he did kind of just fell off.
Yeah, it was expectations versus reality for sure. I expected him to go
too
crazy.
Much to the point where they were like, yo, we're going to go get two other guys. You can go hit the portal, homie. So I don't know. The problem is, if we're just talking on talent and athleticism alone, I'll probably take CJ Daniels here. And I think he'll probably have a better game in this game because I don't think that they're going to let CJ Carr just chuck the ball 30-plus times. So, when you're looking down the list, obviously get Great House, you're going to talk about it, but he's the best of this group. I think if we would have flipped this, Great House should have been with Trader, Fields should have been with Daniels, and then Faison should have been with Johnson, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, that's fair. You got Faison. He will make impacts outside of off. He's going to be their special teams guy. That's where his impact is.
AP.
Yeah. Maybe a bubble screen here or there.
Yeah, he's that short in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, if we're going just off talent, Daniels is obviously the correct pick.
Right.
But if we're going to this next one, it's Great House all day, every day. Yeah. 365. He's their alpha receiver. I wouldn't be surprised if he pushes close to 80 yards on like 6-7 receptions in this game too. Yeah, one receiver that could have also been added to this is Pauling, the Wisconsin transfer.
Yeah,
too.
Will
He
Pauling,
could've-
he's a stud, dude. He's a possession guy too.
Yeah, so I wouldn't be surprised if he gets more catches. Like he could have taken Faison's place in this argument too, as the third wide receiver. Like, so, but yeah, Greathouse is the obvious pick.
Yeah, and that's
So what core do you guys like better?
What is it?
What core do you like better? Do you guys like Miami wide receivers better, or do you like Notre Dame wide receivers better?
I'm going Notre Dame's.
You going Notre Dame's? Okay.
This was a tough one because Greathouse didn't break out his freshman year. Like, we didn't really see it that first year, and he kind of took a week 2 or 3 before he had that big play down the sideline for the touchdown. And we're like, okay, he's going to be this guy, and then he continued to perform after that. So that we could have that as Josiah Trader. Right? He had a loaded room in front of him last year, right?
He did.
Now he's the guy pretty much. I'd have to lean Notre Dame here. But I think Miami's tipping point could be Alex Bowman, the Tulane transfer at tight end. I mean, we've seen what he did, back-to-back years. I know you're a Notre Dame guy, and Enad Rodden's probably a guy, but I think this kid's super underrated. I think he's I'm not saying he's going to be in a Royal right off the rip, you know what I'm saying? But I think he will help diminish the loss of the production that you have from Royal. I think this kid could be a huge red zone target. He was definitely a first down certified chain mover for Tulane when he was there for Menza even last year. So I think this could be a guy that Carson Beck likes. I do want to say, well, I'll let you talk about Titans before we get to the total.
No, I'm with you. Bauman is going to get targets plentiful. Because I mean, Beck when he was at Georgia.
Right.
Bowers was his guy, Delp. But the one Notre Dame tight end I like more than Raritan even is Cooper Flanagan. He will impact the pass game more, I feel, than Raritan, just because Raritan's more of the block and release kind of short route guys, where Cooper can actually stretch the field as a tight end. Yeah. But out of these two, I'm going to agree with Nino. I'm going to go Bauman.
Now, I just wanted to talk real quick about the teams in the game. Being week 1, I think if these guys met week 9, I think what I would give you for an outcome might be kind of different here. I don't know that everybody's, familiar with everything that Carson Beck does and his cadence and all of that right now off the rip. I know there's a lot of moving parts. You're looking at receivers that you lost, running backs you lost. Defensively, they lost two guys, linebacker and a guy in the secondary. I know Notre Dame, quarterback's gone. You lost a few guys as well. Defense, but your defense, you're just plugging holes.
Right.
You know what I mean? This is plug and play for them. Chris Ash I'm more confident Chris Ash as a coordinator. Okay. So him replacing Al, I'm okay with, but just let him be defensive coordinator, because when he's a head coach, things tend to go sour. I like Notre Dame in this game in week 1. I think that they beat Miami here. Okay. I know that they say experience and this and that. I think the game plan is going to go towards Notre Dame, and they're going to try to ground and pound, not let CJ Carr make enemies. And if he feels comfortable, maybe we'll slowly start to spread open this offense. But I think Miami's going to start to get complacent and think that this kid's got nothing and start sacking boxes. And if you test him and if he's got the mox and he makes one, don't let this kid get confidence, right? If Notre Dame wins this game, look out.
Deep run.
A deep run. There's looking at a 0 on one side of the board here.
I picked him to go to the championship game.
And with the new format, now they have the ability to be a top 4 seed and get a bye as well. So if they go undefeated, they will be a top 4 seed for sure.
I think this 100%. Defense with that linebacker room, 3 experienced linebackers who, yes, they didn't start, but they all had 50+ tackles being in
For sure.
rotation. So they're ready to go. It's not like, this kid only played a couple games, couple snaps.
They got 3 corners who could potentially be first-round picks, too. They got more
top
Gray,
45
Smith.
picks. Yeah.
But, yeah.
They're going to play, keep it under, 16 to 17 points. We're going to run the rock. We're going to keep, we're going to have long, substantial drives. If we don't score or we only get 3, we're going to take 6-7 minutes off the clock. They have 3 backs they can go to. Everybody, we haven't even talked about Aeneas Williams, who can come out of the backfield and catch passes, and he's great in pass pro. If Notre Dame can keep this kid's confidence in this first week, the game 1, keep him upright, not kick out because they're coming. Bane's coming, bro. They are coming for this kid's soul in that first quarter. If he can handle the first round punches, and they can pull this one out, wow, we're gonna have something special to talk about in Notre Dame for the rest of the college football season, I think.
Yeah. One matchup you kind of alluded to it. Andrew Knapp versus Ruben Bain.
He's coming.
Battle of first rounders right there, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with you.
That's where I'm going to be watching all night.
Yeah, he's a bad mamma jamma. You know what I mean? Like that dude. I think
He's
this
freak
kid.
athlete.
I think he could raise his draft stock in this game alone.
Oh, yeah. He could go from like mid to 20, easily top 8.
Yeah, I think this
with the
kid
production.
to be a game changer right off rip.
Yeah.
This game is one of those really weird games where I'm going to be looking at Shannon Dawson and his ability to call plays, which he showed an outstanding ability to do last year. Then I'm going to be looking at Mike Denbrock and his ability to call plays, and I want to see the evolution of his offense in year 2. Last year, he looked at what they had. He looked at Riley Leonard. He looked at this running game and said, well, hey, traditionally, I like to score a lot of points, put up a lot of yards, and I like to pass the rock. We're going to learn how to run a ball. So I'm interested to see what does that evolution look like. Of course, it's not going to be what we've seen in 2022 and 2023 in Baton Rouge, but I think we will see them pass the rock a little bit more because people are going to load the boxes. Notre Dame's not stupid. Mike Denbrock's not stupid, but he's going to utilize that play action game, and don't be surprised if he uses it early to settle down the blitz. Oh, y'all want to blitz?
Phase on
game play action, man. Yeah, man. So this game is really tough for me. If this is mid-season, I think Notre Dame beats the dog crap out of them. I really do. I think this mid-season, both teams at their best. I think Notre Dame clears Miami. But I think this is one of those weird early season games where somehow Carson Beck just makes one more play.
You're unplugged. You came unplugged somehow. Mike out. But I see that.
That was weird. I don't know how I muted.
I feel like there's a lot of moving parts for them week 1, and Cristobal doesn't always get things aligned right when it comes to making coaching calls. You know what I mean? I'm not a Marcus Freeman guy, but I'll take Marcus Freeman over Mario Cristobal, any Saturday of the week. But yeah.
Sorry about that. I didn't hear anything for like the last 45 seconds. What you say, Nino?
No, I was saying like when it comes to like, Cristobal, I'll take Marcus Freeman over Mario Cristobal any Saturday of the month. You know what I mean? Like,
for sure.
It's a tough one. It's a real tough one.
It's a real tough game.
The last game they played, I mean, the first one was 31-30. They've played a few. It hasn't been a few years if they played each other, but they've all been,
relatively close.
Relatively close. And they've been real physical games.
They have.
My thing is like you said, they're going to adjust early. I just don't think that they're going to allow Carr to have this to implode on himself, especially in one national televised game like this. I mean, all the games national televised, but like big stage.
Sunday. This is a Sunday big stage, 7 p.m. We do the Beamer Bowl at 3.
Like,
it's a ranked game.
Yeah. So I mean, you could even say it's a conference game if you wanted to.
Right. I mean, it essentially is.
I don't know. I'm tired of hearing this. Notre Dame's in the Big Ten. What? Huh? Philly, get out of here. But yeah, I mean, I think Notre Dame wins. I'm on the opposite end of it. I think that if we were in like week 7, 6, 8, 9, I think Notre Dame. I mean, I think Miami would be more well-oiled. I think Carson Beck would be in his groove and getting more comfortable with his receivers. And I think that Cristobal would kind of allow these guys to open up the playbook on both sides of the ball. And then you got Bain kind of like in the groove. Like, I know Notre Dame's got dogs, but I don't.
Right, they do.
Sure. you're as true as it gets, and you'll be honest with me when it comes to Notre Dame. Is there a Bane type guy in that line? Because I don't see one.
On the line, no.
No. Okay.
No. So I will throw my 2 cents in. I'm going to go solely because I just looked up the weather, what it's supposed to be like on Saturday. It's supposed to be 89 with thunderstorms during game time. So
That fits.
looking at that,
Notre Dame.
Yeah, I'm going to go Notre
Mhm.
Dame in their
Mhm.
3-headed monster at the running
Mhm.
back.
I like that. I think that's a great pick. I think the biggest thing I'll be watching for with Carson Beck this year, he survived Mike Bobo being this offensive coordinator. Like, we've seen some really good casualties with Mike Bobo at offense. And that's no dig at him because I think he's fantastic. Like, Bo Nix was almost a Mike Bobo casualty. Just let that sink in for a second. So he's going to go to an offense that's a lot more quarterback friendly. I think Shannon Dawson is really going to unleash Carson Beck. But can he play the game within the game? Well, he turned the ball over a lot last year. When I say a lot, I mean a lot.
He was,
He
was hurt after he turned the ball over a lot.
Yeah.
People can't say that was the excuse.
Right.
But I will say they're coming out of camp. The reports out. Everybody in this coaching staff thinks they got another first round pick.
Not yet, no. Cristobal has been in a love affair with this kid all summer. Like, he's been hyping him up like all summer. It's crazy. I don't know if that's like a confidence builder.
Yeah, since he dropped that girl.
He's been focused. Yeah,
locked and locked, ready to go.
It'll be a good one. Let's head into our second marquee matchup. We got about 22 minutes remaining in this episode, so let's get right to it. We have a big one, big noon. I'm sorry, before we get to that, we got a showdown Saturday night, the Battle of Death Valley. I think this is not only game of the week aspirations. For me, this is game of the year aspirations. If I could go to Texas and Ohio State or go to Clemson and LSU, I would pick Clemson over Clemson LSU, especially a nighttime game in Death Valley over a noon game in Columbus. I'm taking it every day of the week and twice on Sundays. We have a really good matchup here. How you guys feeling about this one? This is, we looking at Heisman quarterback, potential with Cade Klubnik. And of course, Garrett Nussmeier. Garrett Nussmeier got the honorable number 18 now. It's going to be weird seeing him in it. I'm used to seeing him in the 13. How you guys feeling about this game before we get into the breakdown? Talk to me, Nino.
Third time's the charm. Third time is the charm to win in week one. All right? You lose to Florida State. You lose to USC.
Yeah, he lost. He did Florida State, USC.
Was it Florida State, Florida State twice?
Yeah, because remember that Malik Neighbors was fumbling and stuff the first game. The second game, it was it was a good game till halftime. Then after halftime, Kelly made no adjustments, or his staff. They made no adjustments, and the floodgates opened up. And then we got USC a season ago.
Yeah, it's time. It's time.
It's 100% time.
And if they win this first one, guess what? It's different, folks. All the shit you wanted to flap all the offseason, now we're rolling. And I think everything they did in this offseason, that defense is stupid. Oh, that defense is full of dog. Now, everybody wants to talk about, Howell Perkins is back, Whit Weeks is back. They went out and got, what's his name? Patrick Payton?
Yeah, from Florida State. Down year last year, too, but he'll excel in an offense.
Florida kid. Jake Bynum is a problem, dude. An absolute problem. We're talking about another kid, high tackle for loss rate. This kid's a dog. And then you got the kid Gooden on the other end. Like, they have absolute heat-seeking missiles at every part of that line, at every part of that linebacker room. And then they have Delaney at one corner, right? What's the other guy? The freshman. He's got to stop. What's his name?
Yeah, they've been talking him up a lot.
DJ Pickett.
Yeah, Pickett. 6'5" corner.
Bro. This guy is a wall out there, and he can run with everybody. They are loaded. Absolutely. I know Clemson's loaded. I understand. And I know it's prove it. That should be the slogan. It's to prove it. Which QB is going to prove it, right? Which one's going to say he's got which coach is going to prove it that I did it my way? Whether I'm going to go and fake it till I bake it with Brian Kelly, or we're going to go, my way, walk the line like Johnny Cash. You guys already know where I'm going. When I do these crazy, stupid things, I stand by them to the end. And I said it to Jake Crane. He asked me, and I got LSU winning the fucking Natty, folks. So we obviously know who's winning this week. Right, I got LSU in this one. You want to? We can bring up the chop. You want to go and bring up? We'll go down side by side. The matches. But I mean, this is a squad here. This is an absolute squad.
They have no weaknesses on defense, I think as much as we talk about Harold Perkins and Wes Weeks and Whit Weeks, Wes Weeks is a good linebacker too, and he's a high IQ player, not as athletic as his brother is, but he makes a lot of sound plays mentally. And you mentioned Patrick Payton. This team is loaded. There's no weaknesses.
I wouldn't be surprised if Little Weeks gets a few reps too, because he's an athlete too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna echo. I went on. I'll put it out there too. Couple shows ago, I said LSU is winning the whole thing too against Notre Dame. So I'm right there with you. This defense is stacked. Obviously, we saw what they did offensively through the portal. They got 7 wide receivers that could start anywhere in the country. So,
I mean, Nick Anderson scored 10 touchdowns a year ago before he was hurt. People forget.
Right.
Oh, Nick Anderson fell off. Nah, his feet didn't work. He was fucked up, bro. Like, this dude was fucked up. And then he goes to LSU, and he's going to go off. You have a deep, big body guy on the outside. Caden Durham. Like, I'm going on a show with my Matty Kuwap on Profile after this to talk about guys I'm excited about. He's a guy that I am excited to see. Does he hit the sophomore slump, or does he just go and keep cooking? Because this kid they were super vanilla till he took over in the run game, right? Like John Emery had one game, got suspended. See you later. And then
this is where they have a clear advantage at running back.
Colin Berry's could be RB1 in the class 2025, backing up Durham. Adam Randall was a wide receiver 7 months ago, people. Like, I don't know what's going on at Clemson, because they have Gideon Davidson, who should be starting running back. They have 2 other running backs on that team. Is it Ezuzukubu or whatever his name is, as well, who's an absolute pinball. And then they got the kid they call the Hammer or whatever his name is. So they got plenty of running back. I don't understand how Adam Randall, you got too many wide receivers. You're afraid to let one go, right? But
so you move the running back.
I think that Nussmeier's wide receiver room here, Aaron Anderson on the outside, like, ever since Nick Saban said talk shit to him, the kid's stepped up and started performing, right? Like, if you wanted to sit the bench, you could have set the bench at Alabama, is what he said to him. Like, come on, bro.
And we don't even have Barry and Brown on here.
I know, right? Barry and Brown.
Exactly.
Yeah. So they are absolutely loaded all the way. And Trey Green is a freak tight end, 6'5", 230. They're loaded. Like Mason Rudolph. It's not Mason Rudolph. Mason, what's his name? Mason Taylor. He's
Taylor.
Yeah. Like, Trey Green should take over and pick up for all that production in the red zone, and then third down and short yardage plays. I think it's going to be a close game, but how about this? I don't think LSU doesn't lead.
Wire to wire, huh?
Wire to wire. I think that defense is built to, if they get the ball first and they're leading, it's over, bro. Like,
yeah.
I think that defense is built to be the backbone of this team, and that offense is super explosive.
Yeah. I mean, looking at this, to me, it's almost a clean sweep, LSU. I think if I had to nitpick one thing, it would obviously be the quarterback. Just in my eyes, I think Cade's QB1, but it's like by a sliver. Otherwise, I would almost clean sweep it down LSU.
This game is really pulling on my heartstrings, because when I hear people hype up a guy, my natural inclination is not to like him, and that's exactly what I did with Garrett Nussmeier. When I heard Nino talking about him, he was saying Andy was talking about him, and I go in and I watch the USC game, even in defeat. I said, "There's not a throw this kid cannot make." Like, you know what I'm saying? And the more you watch him, and the leadership that he'll take this year, the defense is getting better. We talked about how loaded that room is. This game is really pulling on my heartstrings, because I got my Heisman favorite on one side, then I got my national champions, the team that I picked to win it all, and then Clemson Tigers on the other side. And I'm like, you guys, once I make a pick, I stick with it. I go 0 for 40. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah. It is what it is. What's the difference going to be in this game? It's hard to argue from a Jimmy's and Joe's perspective, because you look at every position. These are arguably the 2 most loaded rosters in all of college football. You look at, because Clemson's loaded on defense as well.
Yeah, Sammy Brown will help.
2 top 5
Peter Woods,
on that
DJ
team.
Parker. Yeah, they got dudes.
The Avion Terrell, they are loaded. So it'll probably come down to schemes, man, and how the schemes work, and will that Death Valley crowd try to prove that, hey, we belong up there on these top, places to play as well, because we know that, in Baton Rouge, that's number one on pretty much everybody's list. How do they win this game? The team that doesn't turn over the ball is who's going to win this game. If you can end every possession in a kick, whether it's point after touchdown, field goal, or putting the ball, you have an opportunity to win this game. This is going to be fireworks. I truly think this is going to be fireworks. I think this is one of those games that may start off slow. It'll end in fireworks. I think both of these teams are going to end up putting up 30 points. And somebody may enter the early 40 stage.
Yeah.
And the quarterback that had the ball last will win the game. That 100%. I'm going to go Clemson because that's my pick to win it all. And if they don't win this game, it's still run through the ACC. But I think that LSU probably needs this game more. Mm-hmm. And they've been talking about week 1 and winning the game on week 1. I've been saying that for almost a month and a half now. They've been talking about the importance of winning on week 1 because it's something that they have not done in the Brian Kelly era. This game is fireworks. I can't wait to see this game. I truly can't wait to see this game.
Yeah, this is the one for me. This is, like you said, game of the week.
Yeah. Two programs I have high faith in, and the people that think LSU are going to win it all, when you look at their roster, and these are the words that anybody that has LSU pick to win it all. Pick a better roster in this country, and can you find it? You know what I'm saying?
A better matchup at any position.
Right.
Yeah.
You won't be able to find it. So that's why it's hard. It's hard. I did watch some LSU dude talk crazy about Ty Simpson, and that really made me angry. These people,
I saw that.
People are stupid, man. Truthfully. All right, let's get into this last matchup. We got about 12 minutes left to talk about the game that's supposed to be the game of the week, but in our eyes, people, who love college football the way that we love college football, we see it a little bit differently, and that's okay. So we got number 1 Texas Longhorns. They're taking a trip up to Columbus for a big noon kickoff game versus the number 3 Buckeyes of Ohio State. And before we talk about this game, we got to talk about Lee Corso, man. ESPN is doing an hour special on him. I will have tears in my eyes on Saturday, full disclosure. I won't cry in public, but I will cry in the car. He's meant so much to, I think, a lot of our lives, like the helmet picks. Times we all go through stuff, trials and tribulations, and there's just times that, college game day just really made me comfortable. Like post-playing career, when I had to stop playing with both of my surgeries, college game day I felt like the thing that brought me closest to football. It was always like that. So happy trails to Lee Corso. Before we get into this is a marquee matchup. This is certainly slated to be the game of the week or game of the year. How you guys feeling about both of these teams? You guys can also talk about the tail of the tape, the breakdowns as well. But I really want to pick you guys' brains about this game. Like, how important is it for both of these teams? I think it may be more important for one team than the other, but I really want to pick your brain on this. We do got about 11 minutes left, so we do got time to talk about this.
Yeah, Jay, you go first.
So yeah, it's definitely more important for one team. And for me, that team is Texas, just because I think their schedule's a little more tough than Ohio State's.
That gauntlet is rough.
But I mean, I'm super excited. I think Ohio State, and this is not the homer in me. I think Ohio State comes out kind of pissed off, like, hey, why are we the number 3-4 team in the country? We're returning a good portion of our team. We did win the national championship, so at least I'm hoping that's how they come out. But
yeah, Texas has more to prove. But I'm not an Arch guy. I don't think he's going to live up to everything they want him to live up. And I actually think Julian Sain's a better quarterback. How about that? And I think
Julian Sain's backup might even be a better quarterback.
Whew. I don't know about that, but I'll go with saying I think is a better quarterback. They have a freak of nature in Jeremiah Smith on the other side. And yes, Ryan Wingo, Emmett Mosley, DeAndre Moore are all good. I don't know if you put them all together that they could be as good as Jeremiah Smith. And
that's a fact. That's 100%.
He's gotten more ripped. He's gotten more crisper in the routes that he runs. If he goes off again, he's quarterback proof. Like he's going to make Connell Tate get into a second-round draft pick. And I'm not saying that Connell Tate doesn't have the talent to get there on his own, but he's going to make him be able to have a whole side of the field to do whatever.
I think he'll be a first rounder next year.
I think Connell Tate, first rounder too.
Yeah, he's going to eat. He's going to eat this year, bro. He's going to 100% eat this year.
I hope so. He's had all the time. I mean, all the hype coming into it was he was supposed to be that
right, he's
guy,
supposed to be
right?
the guy, right? Yeah.
But I mean, on this graph they have James People. I don't know if he's going to be the side. I think C.J. Donaldson will be.
I think
Donaldson
is.
It will be
probably gonna
Donaldson.
start.
Okay.
I think so. Yeah.
Who's a banger, right? He's
Actually, did I get I know I got an updated depth chart email from the SEC. I'm not sure I got one from the Big Ten.
And then with Wisner, are they going to let Wisner be the guy? Because all I'm hearing is it's wheels all up for Cedric Tillman, Cedric Baxter.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so it's like we'll have to see, but like I don't know. I just want to know. Flood's got a lot to figure out here, right? Like I said, I'm talking about this from he's OC. He's also the offensive line coach. How are you going to run this? Are we going to be 50-50, right? Are we going to let Arch in his first game against the defending national championship champions get knocked around and attacked, in the first half, or we're going to let him get his feet wet, get comfortable, and let him throw some deep balls and do what he's got to do with this wide receiver room, or are we going to stay on the ground like we kind of did last year and kind of got the offense clicking, and then we let Quinn do what he had to do? Granted, Arch Manning can throw the ball much farther and more accurately than Quinn Ewers could. I understand that. But again, it's his first year starter, and I've said it many a times. The best thing we've seen out of Arch Manning since he's played college football is his legs, not his arm.
That's 100% true.
So I need to see it, and now we're talking about his grandfather or whatever, maybe talking about he's going to play another year. I've said he's going to play too.
Yeah, you said that.
The fact that he's already having to answer these questions without having to play a game, that's other stuff in the back of his head. It's not like he's the guy that stays away from the limelight. He's out in the hood. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
On social media, he's always answering questions. It doesn't bother. So like, there's more than just football going on for this guy. What Julian's saying ain't saying shit. Julian's saying just staying in a lab, bro, cooking with a wide receiver room that is like Brandon Innes is probably the second best wide receiver on Texas right now, right?
That's a fact.
Oh yeah,
that's a fact.
Yeah.
He's struggling to see reps right now at Ohio State.
Right. You got Quincy Porter sitting on the bench for Ohio State, who would probably be the second best wide receiver, maybe even pushing for best wide receiver on Texas.
Hey, you ready for this? He's probably not even going to play next year. You know why? Yeah. Because Chris Henry Jr. is going to be there with Jeremiah Smith and Brandon Innes.
And he just had himself a day, too.
How do you catch that ball? Look this way. Come on, man. That's crazy. But yeah, I got Ohio State in this one.
That trio next year could be stupid.
Yo,
you bring that up. Smith,
dumb, right?
Henry, Porter. Who's going to stop that? With saying back?
Nobody.
That's crazy. So I want to take a different perspective here because I believe that there are places on both teams where like there's a clear winner. Quarterback, you can toss it up. It's you know whatever your preference is. Wide receivers, definitely Ohio State. Running back is definitely Texas. But I think what this game is going to come down to once again is the X's and O's. Brian Hartline versus Peter Kwiatkowski. Give me Peter Kwiatkowski every day of the week, twice on Sundays. That's the offensive coordinator versus defensive coordinator. And then I am looking at Matt Patricia versus Steve Sarkisian. Give me Steve Sarkisian. You know, there's some nuances that Matt Patricia is going to have to figure out at the collegiate level. 100%. He was able to do it at the NFL level, even dabble with being an offensive coordinator. So, you know, he's going to put the work in. We know that 100%. But that is the reason I believe Texas is going to win this game. I've been hating on them for a very long time. Nino knows that. I'm giving them their flowers this year. Give me Texas in this game.
I'm just going to say Arch is going to learn who Bo Atkinson is real quick.
He's going to learn a lot of names real quick. I mean, I love Anthony Hill. I think Anthony Hill is going to be in Julian Sayan's radar at all times, but he's a 100 tackle, guy, double-digit tackle for a sack. There's nothing you can do. There's the guys that you just have to account for. They're going to get theirs no matter what. There's the Max Crosby's of the world. You know what I mean? Like, it's just the way it is.
We haven't even talked about Caleb Downs, who I think is the best player in college football.
I agree. 100% is the best overall athlete player in college football. He has that. Who was this? Like 2 or 3 years ago, a gentleman kind of was the same way as he was as a safety. I forget who.
That's about to bother me, bro.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
So I think he's in that category where he probably number 2 off the board, depending on who's picking.
Depending on who's picking, yeah.
It'll depend on who picking. He'll be 1, 2, or 3 on most people's draft boards for sure.
Yeah, it's going to be very cool. So I mean, defensively, it's no slouches. They have right. So I'm with it. And then we got these tight ends here, both transferring over from new teams, right? Claire coming from Purdue. He was at Purdue last year. And Andrew's come over from Cal, which that's our guy. We spoke to him before. It'd be very interesting.
It'll be a great safety blanket. This was going to be interesting. It's going to be a really good game. I think I'll be at the Tennessee game during this time, so I'll be definitely checking my phone if I can get good service. Hopefully, I can. But it's in the NFL stadium, so I should be able to get.
It should be good. Wi-Fi, baby.
Yeah. All right, fellas, it's been another fun one in the books. Anything else you guys want to add about week 1? Any other games you want to talk about while we have? I know Nino has to run. We got about another minute left before Nino got to get out of here.
Auburn, Baylor, baby. It's a big one. It's kind of under the radar, but Auburn's traveling, to Baylor.
Friday night.
Jackson Donald, Sawyer Robinson. That's a big matchup.
Waco. Yeah, that's a crazy one. Y'all already know what I stand.
Hey, if Auburn gets the upset here, we're talking, right?
I'm angry if that happens.
And then you obviously got Billy B's debut on Monday too, so
that's a big one too.
I'm excited about.
Hey man, shout out to Boomer, man. Get well too, brother. Get well.
Yeah, my midshipman.
Yes, that is huge. That's crazy. Actually, the freshman quarterback on VMI I got to see play high school ball last year, which is dope. Yeah, in a really small school too.
Navy by 30.
Hey, before we go, real quick, 2 minutes left. You were there live. Can you please talk to me about Chris Mosley from North Carolina Central?
You said Chris Mosley?
Yeah, the running back.
The running back, he's good, bro. Honestly, bro, the quarterback impressed me most. The lucky lefty, I was surprised that he's still, even though like Dina, I like to say he's a COVID senior, so he's been in college for a long time. But I was surprised he didn't get an opportunity to go play up at least at a lower level or a higher level FCS school or lower level G5 school. He impressed me a lot. But that game, bro, the atmosphere was crazy. The game was crazy. But I look at Southern. Something is very wrong with that program. That's a very rich program in the HBCU culture. Them and Grambling, when I think HBU football, I think of those two schools. They scored touchdowns on 2 broken plays, bro. They scored on 2, but yeah, Mosley is really good. What's the quarterback name? Is it Hawkins? I want to say it's Hawkins. I had it in my notes earlier.
I feel like Mosley's going to be like a Shrine Bowl guy. You'll be talking about this kid at the end of the year.
What's the HBCU bowl game? Is it the Hula Bowl? Or is it another bowl?
No, it's not the Hula Bowl. They have their own bowl.
Don't they host their own?
Yeah, they host their own. I forgot the name of it.
Tropical Bowl too. I think that some of them go there. A lot of them guys go there.
That'd be dope if he made it to the East-West Shrine game. But I do think NC Central is a contender for the HBCU Super Bowl, 100%. the Celebration Bowl. I think they're a contender for sure. But yeah, the 2 touchdowns they gave up, they shouldn't have gave up. Like the quarterback broke for a 70-yard run, and
Celebration Bowl moonset.
Celebration Bowl. Yeah, I thought that was. They got a I thought that was the HBCU Super Bowl.
Winner of the MEAC, winner of the SWAC.
Yeah, that's the Celebration Bowl.
Yeah, no, he's talking about like their
post. There's a post All-Star, like the Senior Bowl, East-West Shrine game, just for HBCU. We've been credentialed for it before. I just can't remember the name of it. But yeah, you mentioned TCU, UNC. Who y'all got in that game before we gotta get out of here? Oh yeah, I know Nino got to run.
That's all right. TCU, UNC. I got TCU.
Yeah, TCU.
Same.
Josh Hoover.
We agreed on something. No? That's the first time we all 3 on the same court. So yes, I can't wait till next Monday when we come back and get the recap week 1. HBCU Legacy Bowl. That's the name of it. My bad, Hula Bowl.
We got to figure it out. We got to figure it out.
But yes, I always like to say there are no more victories in the sport that survive in advance. That's why college football has the greatest regular season. Until next time, you all take care. Yes, sir. Today I am the governor of college football. Yes, sir. The mayor of college football, a.k.a. Downtown Nino Brown.